So my name is Michael Gaiman, and here at the center I supervise the peer recovery specialists and do substance use counseling. Yeah, so peer recovery specialists are folks that have lived experience with substance use and or mental health, and many of our folks have had experiences living on the streets, being unhoused. And so right now, the state of Iowa, there is an initiative to get folks trained at the state level for peer recovery specialist designation. That opens up a lot of doors for employment. It provides education. It's really just a great way for folks who are already doing this work to get reconnected and have a chance to make a little bit of income out of it. So I've been involved with the center for over 20 years, on and off. I first started doing homeless outreach. It was myself and Chris Dunn from Humility Homes and Services. We had heard that there was a position open up with the center, and we had really no knowledge of what the center was, and so we came in and instantly fell in love. The philosophy behind helping those who are out on the streets, those are the most vulnerable, as Jesus taught, and so having that relationship with somebody who is doing that was really important and life-changing. So I did homeless outreach up here for about 8 years. I stepped away a little bit just because I needed a little bit more stability in my career, and so have never really left, but have done smart recovery meetings up here for the last several years, maintained that connection. And so when they were looking to start a peer recovery office, it just seemed like a natural fit. The RAP plans are Wellness Recovery Action Plan, and so often when folks are going through a crisis, it's very easy to get caught up in the emotion and not know logically what to do. And so a RAP plan is going to take you through your crisis, maybe one that you've already had or maybe one that you think that you might have. So for an example, if we're talking about a relapse in substance use, a RAP plan is going to look at it and say, okay, what are my signs? How do I know when the process starts to escalate and starts to go up into that top, which is the crisis itself, where my emotions have taken over and I'm not rational? Who are the people that can step in to help me? Where are the facilities that I need to go to? What are maybe the medications that I might need? Who do I not want involved because they may make it worse? And so it's having that organized and thought out and that concrete plan so that in that moment you have somebody that you're accountable to, because when you have a RAP plan written, you share it with somebody so that they can watch, hey, what are the triggers? What are the coping skills? What are the things that my friend needs to help them stay on track? And so it's really about having that concrete plan to walk you through that crisis along with your team, with your people, to make it a little bit easier for you. To me, the center is really about meeting people where they're at. It's the place where you can go to when you don't feel welcome at other places. Our philosophy is that you come just as you are and we will work with whatever you have. And so we don't ask folks to be sober. We don't ask folks to be anything other than who they genuinely are so that we can meet them at that point and continue working with them to make their lives a little bit better. As a peer specialist myself, having had lived experience with substance use and mental health struggles, I'm here to say it affects all of us. It does not discriminate. It does not care about gender or race or socioeconomic levels. And so being able to share that part of who I am with really anyone who comes in here instantly creates a dialogue that doesn't have a lot of barriers already set up because we have this common language, we have a common experience. Mental health, substance use, again, does not discriminate. It affects all of us on one level or another. So I'm really excited about the Peer Recovery Office, obviously. It's been 9 months. We've had really great outcomes. I think the other thing that I'm really excited about is the homeless outreach and the things that we do for the folks who are on the streets, because that's something that is maintained for a long time here at the center. And I think that that's part of our identity. That's part of what we're seen as in the community. That's part of the things that we're known for. And the longevity of that program, I think, is super helpful. And it's a stabilizing factor for folks who are really unstable. Right now, we're really struggling in a lot of ways, not only here at the center, but nonprofits in our community and in our country. There's a lot of resources that have already been cut. There's a lot of desperation. We're seeing more homeless folks on the streets than we ever have. And so with more people and fewer resources creates this really, really somewhat dangerous environment. There's more physical violence, there's more assaults. It's a little bit more dangerous than it was, and it's really because there are more people and fewer resources. And so without programs like the center, those people would really have nowhere to turn to. And when we can look at another person and see a reflection of ourselves, I think that's really powerful. I'm no better or worse than anyone that comes in here. We're just humans and we're just children of God. And so to be in that space with them and just walk with them, even for a few moments, hopefully I can make those moments a little bit lighter for them. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't, but it's more about that meaningful relationship and that connection. When I first started here at the center, I'll never forget one of the best pieces of advice that Penny gave me is she's like, your job isn't to solve homelessness. Your job is to just be with people. And I've taken that very seriously for the past 20 years. I still take these stories home. These are still people that I love and care for. These are people that I build relationships with. These are people who mean the world to me. When an overdose happens, or some violence on the street happens, or any number of things, these are people that I care about. These are people that I have built relationships with. These are my friends. If donors are watching, the first thing I would say is thank you. It is without donations, without support, financial or volunteers or blankets or any of the things that we need here, we couldn't do this work. And so first and foremost, thank you. Thank you for seeing the people who most of the world turn their back on. Thank you for recognizing the need and being willing to step up, because I think that's a huge concern that I have, is oftentimes on the street are unseen. We see homeless people downtown every day, but I think in colleagues that I have at the hospital that I work at, or family members, they don't necessarily see them physically. They're right there. And so the fact that somebody is willing to step up and say, no, what can I do to help? If it's financial, that's amazing. If it's a volunteer, that's even better sometimes. Maybe it's some hot lunches. So thank you. Thank you for allowing us to do the work that we're called to do.